All right. Well, if we're lucky, these guitars will be in tune. Got me a new thumb pick from a fella up in Canada. It's really cool. It's spring loaded. Now, I don't know how long this spring is going to last, but I've been playing it. I've got 5-10 hours on this pick, and it's still, and it doesn't turn your thumb black on the end, which is real nice. To move the objects away from me. You know, I may start flailing around and crawling across the floor and stuff. This piece of art in the back of me is rather large. I hesitate to move the camera or the iPad, but that's 1/3 of it. It's a piece of work by my buddy and former neighbor Phil Garrett, who's a great mandolin player and singer and guitar player, and a great guy. Bull City Red! Oh man. Well, we may talk about George. What is Bull City Red? What is Bull City Red? What type of concoction might it be? With a name like that, it could be a craft beer or a whiskey or an interesting wine, maybe grown on the streets of Detroit or something. Detroit grapes. All right, let's do this thing. We're down in New Orleans, everything's fine. All of them cats is drinking that wine, drinking that mess. They're the light when they get drunk, start singing all night, drinking wine, spodioty. Bop, bop, drinking wine, spodioty. Bop, bop, drinking wine, spodioty, drinking wine, bop, bop. Now pass that bottle to me. Drinking that mess, they're delight. They get drunk, start singing all night. Knocking out windows, tearing out doors, drinking half gallons and shouting for more. Drinking wine, spodioty. Bop, bop, drinking wine, spodioty. Bop, bop, drinking wine, spodioty, drinking wine, bop, bop. Now pass that bottle to me. Hoy, 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 drinking wine, 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 elderberry. Wine, 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 hot cherry. Wine, 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 mad dog. Wine, 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 Boone's Farm. Wine, 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 hey, hey, pass that bottle to me. What do you think? Over in Greenville town, buy some wine, pass it around from Brick Street to Smiley's down to Smoke. All of them cats is wanting a toke of that wine, spodioty. Bop, bop, wine, spodioty. Bop, bop, drinking wine, spodioty, drinking wine, bop, bop. Now pass that bottle to me. Hoy, 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 drinking wine, 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 elderberry. Wine, 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 hot cherry. Wine, 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 Boone's Farm. Wine, 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 Rebel. Wine, 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 hey, hey, pass that bottle to me. You get a nickel, I'll get a dime. We'll go out and buy some wine. Some by fifths, some by quarts. If you buy half gallon, you playing it smart. Drinking wine, spodioty. Pop, pop, drinking wine, spodioty. Pop, pop, drinking All right then. This next tune is Gene Berger taught me into learning this tune, and I really owe him one. I really enjoy this song. It's the first gold record by any South Carolina artist, and Greenville's own Josh White scored big on it in 1944. It's called One Meatball. Little man, he walked up and down to every eating place in town. Menus through and through just to see what 15 cents would do. It got him one meatball. One meatball. He could afford but one meatball. He called the waiter to close at hand to tell him about that mealy plan. The crowd was startled, one and all, when they heard that waiter loudly call one meatball. One meatball. This here gent wants one meatball. This next one is a goofy tune that I wrote. I like to play part of the Gary Davis instrumental in the beginning of it. Somehow it worked out that they both fit together. This is Gary Davis's tune in the beginning called Fast Foxtrot, and my tune called Shake That Butter. Gotta shake it sometime. Me Take off your shoes, do a little dance, shake that butter like they do in France. Shake that butter. Okay, so this next one, when I first decided to quit playing electric and kind of quit the band scene and learn how to do a solo act, this is one of the first tunes that I learned. I think it's one of the first tunes that anybody in the world of folk fingerpicking tends to learn. It's Taj Mahal's arrangement of Fishing Blues, which is everything to do with fishing and not much to do with the blues. But it's a great tune. I think so many people learned this learned this arrangement of Taj Mahal's, that he finally got sick of it, and the last time I saw him, he was doing a super funky arrangement of this. It was really great. But I still love this old arrangement of Fishing Blues. Well, I bet you're going fishing all of the time, and your mama's going fishing with you. Bet your life, your sweet wife, will catch more fish than you. Well, many fish bites, and you got the bait now. Here's a thing that I want to relate. Those fish bites, and you got good bait. I'm a going fishing, yes, I'm going fishing. Baby's going fishing too. I went down to my favorite fishing hole. Baby grabbed me a pole and a line. Threw my line in, caught a 9-pound catfish. No, brought him home for summertime. Many fish bites if you got the bait. Here's the thing that I want to relate. No, those fish bites got good bait. I'm a going fishing, yes, I'm going fishing. Baby going fishing too. Where blues might. Wait for it now. This is a hot drink. Now my baby brother's about to drive me out of my mind. Says, can I go fishing with you? Taking down to the fishing hole. Oh, what you think that rascal will do? Oh, the big old fish at the bottom of the pond. Lordy, learning and carrying on. No, those fish bites if you got good bait. I'm a going fishing, yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby's going fishing too. Now you put it in the pot, put him in the pan, and you cook him till he's nice and brown. Make you a batch of buttermilk whole cakes, put them in your face, and you chomp them all down. Many fish bites if you got the bait. I wanna relate. Now those fish bites if you got good bait. I'm a going fishing, yes, I'm going fishing. My baby's going fishing too. I'm a going fishing, yeah, baby going fishing too. All right then. So, who's on the line? Hey, Ian. Beth Dragon, I never heard of this group. Oh, hey, Chris DeVito. Wow. There's a blast from the path. Past from the past and the path. Chris runs a really great guitar store in Anderson, South Carolina. I think it's called, is it called Guitar Cabin, Chris? You might want to turn people on to that. Oh, and Gail Cook's here. Hey, George Avakian. All right. I want to send this out to my students. I just did a lesson with them. I've been doing YouTube lessons with folks. I better check that tuning. I put some new wires on this thing, and it may have. This is a pretty solid guitar, but oh yeah, they went a little flat. So this is for some people this is a drinking tune. For some people in New Orleans, it's kind of an anthem. All kinds of jazz musicians from Louis Armstrong on up have played this song. It's called St. James Infirmary. Doc Watson does a version called St. James Hospital. The song goes way back. It's based on an old Irish tune called The Unfortunate Rake, which is not a garden implement. It's rake, meaning player. So, if my buddy Jim's out there watching, this one's for you, bud. It was down in old Joe's barroom, a corner of the square. The drinks were served as usual, and the usual crowd was there. On my left stood Joe Kennedy, eyes all bloodshot red. He turned to the crowd around him. I went down to St. James Infirmary, see my baby there. She was laid out on that long white table, pale and cold and fair. Let her go, God bless her. Wherever she may be, she may search the whole world over, never find a man as sweet as me. When I die, I want you to bury me in my Stetson hat. Put a gold piece on my watch chain, so the boys will know I died standing pat. I want 6 guitar slingers for pallbearers, a couple of gals to sing me a song. Put a bluesman on that hearse wagon, raising sand as we roll on. So let her go, God bless her. Wherever she may be, she may search the whole world over, never find a man as sweet as me. Now you've heard this story, let's have another shot of booze. If anyone should ask you, I've got these old St. James Infirmary blues. All right. Sam Reynolds, all right. Got to push the wave button at Sam. Oh, hi, Christy. There's Christy King. So this is a song about my pal Freddie Vanderford, one of the great harmonica players on the planet Earth. Now, when you see Freddie, he'd be wearing a big old ginormous cowboy hat and some shades. Didn't used to always be that way. and don't you give that boy no grief. Got a belt of harps in every key, the man has come to play. Yellow hat, what you think about that? You might hear him say, don't you call it skipping, don't call it skipping, don't call it skipping, hey, hey. Don't you call it skipping, it's my stingy brim. Sometimes I see him in a bar, sometimes out on the street. Sometimes but it's always a treat. You won't see him without his shades or his trademark hat. It ain't wise, say with pride, let me fill you in on that. Don't you call it skipping, don't call it skipping. What's the matter, man? Don't call it skipping. Don't you call it skipping, it's my stingy brim. From the riffraff, claimed to be rock and roll. Peg said, teach you a lid, don't you keep it hidden, always play with soul. Don't you call it skipping. Don't call it skipping. Don't you call it skipping, it's stingy brim. I'm not kidding, man. Stingy Brim, Freddie Vanderford. All right, next one's going to be a Calloway tune that I arranged for just guitar and voice. If you remember the original Blues Brothers movie with John Belushi, Cab Calloway did this song. Everybody's standing around, casually dressed like musicians, and all of a sudden the scene shifts and it's the same guys and they're all wearing tuxedos. I'd like to mention that this show has been sponsored by the South Carolina Arts Commission. I forgot to say, this is the Quarantunes show, the Quarantunes music series. And I want to thank Ian Halligan for helping me figure this technology out, as well as my friend Laura Green in Columbia. They're with the McKissick Museum, and they do a lot of good things for South Carolina artists. Excuse me. Okay. So this is Minnie the Moocher. Here's a story about Minnie the Moocher. She was a low-down hoochie coocher. She was the roughest and the toughest of frails. Minnie had a heart as big as a whale. Heidi, 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 Heidi. Smoky. He loved that guy, although he was tokey. He took her down to Chinatown and he showed her how to bang that gong around. Heidi, 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 Heidi. Oldie, 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 oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's Samron saying? Oldie, oldie, lead up, oldie, down, down. About the King of Sweden, he gave her things that she was needing. Gave her a whole golden stone, a platinum car with the diamond wheels. Daddy, 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 daddy. Scoop, do, 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 do. See, da, 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 da. Oh, 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 oh. He gave her his home, some racing horses. All of her meals had about a dozen horses. Gave her $1 million in nickels and dimes. Well, she sat around and counted them all the time. Heidi, 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 Heidi. Odie, 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 odie. Hee, 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 hee. Poor men. All right then. So my buddy Joe brought me a big plate of ribs Sunday. I kept meaning to. My son told me that I needed to put up some pictures of good food to go with this song here, this next one, which is a song that was inspired by a Stan Woodward documentary that Freddie and I got to perform in, along with James Brown. We're talking about the James Brown, Soul Brother #1 James Brown. Yeah, that James Brown. Anyway, Stan's movie was called Barbecue and Home Cooking and Food That Makes You Smile. And it's an awesome documentary. It comes around every time they're trying to get money out of you to keep afloat. And this is called Carolina Barbecue. Got your Carolina barbecue in 3 styles, anyone which might drive you wild. Load up your plate, tip that weight away, your mouth will be smacking. 2 weeks later, get a taste of Carolina. I'll get you some, nothing else will do. Now we're serious about the way we cook that meat. All night long as can be beat. Pick you a sauce that suits your taste. Be it vinegar, mustard, or tomato base. Get a taste of Carolina. Oh yeah. Now I told you all about that barbecue. That ain't the only onion in our stew. We got your hoppin' John and your greasy green. Prettiest peaches that you ever seen. We got your boiled peanuts and sweet iced tea. Nanner pudding, can't let it be. Biscuits, gravy, catfish fried, and pork chop sandwich on the side. Get a taste of Carolina. That's right. Get you some, nothing else will do. Hey now, baby, nothing else will do. Look out. Hit me. All right. So I would like to mention Ian has a couple of other folks booked on the series that McKissick and the South Carolina Arts Commission is sponsoring. I hope I am not murdering this gentleman's first name. Seitu Solomon, who is plays the steel pan in a Guyanese style. That's something that my buddy Jeff Holland would probably really enjoy. And then there's Aunt Pearlie Sue, who is a storyteller, who is going to be a part of this series. So, at any rate, here's a tune that comes out of, well, I think a lot of us in this area recognize this tune because a lot of us are Allman Brothers fans. Statesboro Blues was originally written by a street singer named Blind Willie Walker, who was just an awesome entertainer and singer. Bob Dylan even wrote a tune about him. And this is the old school way of, my version of the old school way of playing Statesboro Blues. So, I have no idea where this next tune came from, but everybody I know, the two or three people I know that play it, all learned it off the Pink Anderson record. Pink was a medicine show entertainer from from Spartanburg, South Carolina, where he was also a bootlegger and just an all-around wild and crazy guy. This is called Chickens. And usually the audience kind of sings along on this one, but or yells along. But I can hear you virtually. I tried something the other night, going try some more. Tried the same thing in your town, you know it'll be a winter show. Put my sack on my back and sneak out late at night. Won't feel that sack on full of foul, I will not have to fight. There be chickens, chickens, they can go up in a balloon. Chickens, chickens, they can hide behind the moon. Chickens, I will not let them be. I got a $40 warrant for a chicken tonight. They can't reach too high for me. Look out, somebody dog. Ain't had no use for a chicken since one night late last spring. Setting hand bit my partner when he stepped on her wing. Now the police came about it and they jerked us all around. I never intend to rest content till we eat every chicken in town. There be chickens, they can go up in a balloon. Chickens, they can hide behind the moon. Chickens, I will not let them be. I got a $40 warrant for a chicken tonight. They can roost too high for me. There's so much trouble in the world, I don't know how to feel. Seems like every one of my friends don't learn how to steal. When you steal a chicken, she'll holler like a goat. When that chicken hollers, twisted they can put her under your coat. Whoa, chickens! You can go up in a balloon. Chickens! They can hide behind the moon. Here now, chickens! I will not let them be. I got a $40 warrant for a chicken tonight. They can roost too high for me. Got a $40 warrant for a chicken tonight. They can't roost too high for me. Thank you, David. Oh my. Ian's even doing it. All right, go Ian. What a fun song. Well, that's my show. I'd like to thank the McKissick Museum Quarantunes series for giving me this gig. I've really enjoyed it. It's given me a reason to practice. Yay. And if you would like to support the McKissick Museum so they can support more South Carolina artists of all kinds and sorts, click the link in the video description and make a donation if you feel like it. Let's see, I think, oh, George says Encore, huh? Apple Core Baltimore, huh? Well, let me do a Gary Davis tune. Most of the way I play guitar is based on trying to play some Gary Davis tunes. And death don't have no mercy in this land. Death don't have no mercy in this land. He will come to your house and he won't stay long. You'll go over in the corner and your mama's gone. Death don't have no mercy in this land. Standing and crying in this land. Leave you standing and crying in this land. He will come to your house and he won't stay long. You look over in the corner, mama's gone. Death don't have no mercy in this land. Take no vacation in this land. Death don't take no vacation in this land. He will come to your house and he won't stay long. You'll go over in the corner and your daddy's gone. Death don't have no mercy in this land. Let me do you a story. I heard this story when I went to see my chiropractor and noticed a Toyota four-wheel drive pickup truck sitting in his parking space, which is kind of unusual because he had a mighty fine little BMW coupe that he just dearly loved. So I went inside and asked him what the deal was. He told me this story involving murder, mayhem, a cocaine princess, and the previous owner of that Toyota four-wheel drive pickup truck. Frankie and Albert was a lover, man today of love. Well, they shot off sparks like an asteroid falling from the heavens above. He was her man. She got him wrong. Frankie loved Albert's money and in his pocket and he headed on the run. He was her man. She's doing him wrong. Albert could hear his heart pounding in his ears and him laughing, brothers fry. Albert kicked that door down, tears running out of his eyes. He was her man. She's doing him wrong. Was a roll of 100 on the table and a 9mm Glock. There was Frankie doing Earl, a buck was shaving the rock. He was her man. She done him wrong. Albert went for his 22 when Buck rolled on the floor. Pow, pow, pow went that Glock, threw Albert right out the door. He was a man, and she done him wrong. People all said that it was a drag the way Albert got put down. Buggy and Earl both got off clean. Frankie found a brand new clown. He was her man. She's doing him wrong. Now you've heard this story, and you only got yourself to blame. If you think your lover will love you more than he loved that old cocaine, he was her man. She got him wrong. No doubt about it. She got him wrong. Thanks for coming and hanging out. All right, that was a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Cindy Ramsey says yes. Beth A. Dragon says yes. Hey, George, it's good to just see a picture of you, brother. And y'all take care, and don't forget that there are other shows featuring South Carolina artists. Aunt Pearlie Sue, storyteller, and Satu Solomon, Mr. Solomon. I hope I'm getting your name sort of correct. But he plays the steel pan, which is an amazing instrument, and he plays in the Guyanese style. Once again, Quarantunes is sponsored by the McKissick Museum in Columbia, and through a grant from the South Carolina Arts Commission. Want to thank Ian Halligan for setting this up, and for my friend on the commission down there, Laura Green, who takes care of all the South Carolina artists so well. Thank you. Take care.